And welcome back to the Muay Thai Minute. I'm your host, Lavelle Wesley, with my co-host.
Andrew McNaughty.
And yeah, so what's new with you? How have you been?
Good, man. I just got home from training. It was raining like crazy out on the way home, so sorry I'm a little late, but it was like a biblical proportion storm. If I was going over 50, my car was just like, I don't
Fuck
know, maybe I'm just
hydroplaning.
not a good driver. I don't know.
I mean, I mean, there's room for improvement.
It's making you a little nervous the other day in New York. So,
It was fun.
hey,
It was
we're
a fun trip
live.
though.
No crashes.
Yeah, we're still alive. We're still here. Still kicking.
We're good.
We made it to, and that's what we're gonna talk about. We made it to New York, or sorry, we made it to New Haven, Connecticut from New York in one piece, and we almost caught our train. And that's the story we'll get into. But yeah, so besides training, how often have you been going to the gym? Like, how's training going and stuff like that?
It's been pretty good. I've been trying to I was able to, with my job, finagle Monday and Wednesday during the day training. And I do like the fighter training then. It's like
Did you
2
just
hours
flash us
long.
an Illuminati symbol? Was that what? Hey, someone's gonna watch this podcast like, I knew it! I fucking knew it!
Yeah, it was so that was great. I was doing that for a while, but recently things have changed a little bit at work, so I'm doing Monday and Wednesday at night for 2
Yeah.
hours ish. Sometimes I'll stay a
Okay.
little later and spar depending on if people are doing that or not. And then I'll do Friday the fighters class, and then I do Saturday open gym and I run before that. And then the other days of the
Okay.
week, I'm like running, hitting the heavy bag, and then just resting on Sunday. So trying to ramp things up a little bit. I have been kind of not training as much, and I want to fight again soon. So
Yeah.
trying to get my body just like adjusted to, like if I had just like 4 months ago, I don't know, I didn't take that much time off in terms of the baby, but definitely ramp things down after the baby was born. So,
Yeah.
I'm a little older now. I'm 32. I'm not a spring chicken, so I need to ramp things up. And yeah, hopefully, I think I might do the MDL in May. Maybe,
Yeah.
maybe not. If not, I'm definitely gonna go with the team and check it out. And
Do you know what day in May the MDL is?
I think it's
May 9th.
the 9th.
May
Okay,
9th? Okay.
nice. Shout out MDL. Those are cool,
Yeah, we have our local MDL champion, Big Country, in reign
Undefeated.
defending, undefeated
I gotta
defending
go.
champion.
Yeah, I gotta go defend my belt in May.
All
That's
right,
why I
the
did the
menace
day.
at the MDLs.
freaking
It's the
Big
day before
Country.
my birthday. I gotta.
Oh yeah,
I
the
gotta
Big Country
show out.
special is Overhand City. Yeah.
Yeah.
What about you?
But yeah, that'd be cool. Yeah, for me. So I was supposed to fight April 18th, but my opponent had a pull out. He fought on Mitten recently, and little fun fact. So my two people I fought recently in like my first two pro fights just fought each other on Mitten, and obviously if someone has to win, someone has to lose. But the person I thought was gonna lose ended up winning, and the person who won got sliced, who was supposed to be my opponent again for no boundary. So I've been sending them names of like potential opponents, but everybody apparently has surgeries and shit happening.
Oh.
So like as of right now, there's no opponent. So I'm just kind of like, okay, that sucks. And also it's supposed to be like a title fight, which is pretty cool. Like it would be my first pro title fight. Yeah, so like kind of like in this limbo. I'm currently like at my mom's house. If you can't tell by like this little like decoration on the wall with butterflies and shit like that. Yeah, I'm in my old room right now. I'm looking at my old. Well, she bought me new Pokemon cards. We were talking about this earlier, but like little Pokemon card. I should try. Arms freaking slave. And like look at old cards and shit like that. But yeah, that's that. Besides that, I'm just here trying to like drum up business, do some privates, make some money. I'm supposed to be going to China in May. So as of right now, I recently got like message from a promotion in Mexico, and they're asking me if I want to fight on that. So I'm gonna try and talk to them tomorrow, see if they can find me an opponent by a certain date, because I need to buy tickets to China, and I need to go to the it's just a bunch of tasks. I gotta go to the Chinese embassy. I gotta freaking buy plane tickets to China. I gotta save up enough money for China, and then we're going to Thailand in June. So just like everything's piling up a little bit. But hey, like I feel like sometimes that's what happens when you want to do fun shit. So just gotta weather the storm a little bit. Other than that, I just kind of like this is like how much do you know about like Chinese zodiac and shit like that?
Not a lot.
Okay, so like I was born in 1990. Full disclosure, that I guess gave my age, and like it's the year of the horse. So this is the year of the horse, and like 1990 is year of the horse. And so apparently, like typically, like if it's your year, oh okay, I don't know enough to really be speaking like this. From what I do know is like I thought, but oh, it's your year. You're supposed to have a good year, but allegedly this is like a bad year to be a horse. So you yeah, so you supposed to go through like a lot of turmoil or some shit like that, and then like it'll turn over eventually. So like I feel like I'm feeling that turmoil right now.
Yeah.
I can't say I believe in it, but like it's definitely like what's the right word? Soothing, I guess, for like dealing with shit. Like okay, it's just the year of the horse. I'm just dealing with bullshit for right now, and that's kind of like that's where I'm at right now. Fights falling through, like major changes happening. I'm like, okay, I'm just dealing with this bullshit for now. Hopefully it gets better, and then like as the year goes on, you know. But
Definitely.
we just keep going.
I feel like
Yeah,
when you want to
just keep
do a
going.
lot of cool stuff, it's often hard, but then you do the cool
It's
thing.
hard.
And you know what
Yeah, bro.
Young Thug always says? Horses
What
don't
does Young Thug
stop;
say?
they keep going.
Speaking of Young Thug, because like I feel like these guys are like it's like kind of connected. I didn't know Rich Homie Quan died.
I-
Do you know who that is? Yeah, he died. He died in 2024.
Damn, really?
Had no idea, bro. I was like, I saw like a fucking Instagram post being like, oh, rappers who like OD'd who died of an overdose, and Rich Homie Quan was on there. I was like, what the fuck, this nigga died?
Damn.
Sorry, I didn't say that. So like, I was like, damn, this dude died, and freaking, I was like, damn, had no idea he died. Like,
Yeah, I didn't know
wild.
that.
So yeah, it's just just keep going. I guess that's all we can do. That's all we can do. But anyways, enough talking about stuff we've been through. It wasn't this week. Was it last weekend? Or was it 2 weeks ago?
It's 2 weeks now.
It was 2 weeks ago. Almost 2 weeks. It was on like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 days ago. So 8 days ago, Warriors Cup had their MSG show. So like basically Warriors Cup and RFC, was it the kickboxing promotion? RFC?
Yeah, so it's technically Warrior Series.
Warrior Series, which is a mixture of Warriors Cup and RFC, and they do like a joint collaboration. And they had their first, I think it was their first major show at MSG, and we got to experience that either in person or we watched it via live stream. And
Yeah, I wasn't there.
what are your thoughts about it? I'm curious. So we watched it in person, like me, Big Country, and like 2 other people went in person. So like we don't really know what the live stream experience was. We couldn't hear the commentary. We couldn't like get that side of it. So I'm curious from like the live stream perspective, what was your thoughts on the show?
Yeah, I thought it was great. I mean, comparable in terms of production to how they normally do it. I mean, they had Liam on there commentating and LG, kind of people they would normally have. And yeah, I mean, the production was a little bit nicer, I will say. I think it looked like a cool like arena area, the way it was kind of sloped up.
Yeah.
Lights and everything looked cool. Yeah, I wish I could have gone in person. I was planning to, but you know, some shit happened, and then ended up just joining you guys the next day, doing a little training. Overall, I thought it was cool. I guess they sold out. They kept saying that. That's pretty awesome. And yeah, hopefully they can do it again. I know their next one is going to be back at the Melrose Ballroom. So
in Queens, baby.
Yeah, which I like that venue a lot. I like how it's not that big, and I can kind of like work my way around and do things.
See, that's the thing too. So like at the venue, you weren't able, because like you're saying, the Melrose Ballroom, we can walk around. You can go upstairs, you can go downstairs, you can go get a drink. So at the MSG place, like you weren't really allowed to walk around. You had like your assigned seats, and it was kind of auditorium. So like everybody's like sitting there in their seats. I think like that was kind of nice because at Melrose Ballroom, you're always standing. You know, you're standing for like 8 hours almost. Yeah, and so that was like nice. But then like with the auditorium seats, like sometimes people just, for their guys, they would stand up in front of you and you're sitting there like, come on, bro, like I can't see the fights, you know? Yeah, but that was like a decent trade-off, you know?
Yeah, pretty good view though. You could see the ring pretty well and everything.
Yeah, so like where we initially were sitting at like row 200 or something like that, 205. like row R 205. We're pretty far back, but you could see the fights, but there was TVs on either side, and you could see like that. So when we first like initially walked in, like there was so many people there. It was like everybody was like dressed to impress. It was just like people were in like chains and shit and dressed nicely and like just kind of like we're sitting there wearing sweatpants and like sweat clothes and shit like that. Like, damn, we're like, we're not here. We're not in the MSG mode, bro. Everybody's there to like
Everyone's like, oh,
they were showing out. Yeah, the New York dudes were showing out, and so like people were just like conjugating in the rows, kind of talking and shit like that. But yeah, so we sat down, and it was cool because like the way that it was like again, it was like a half circle of auditorium, and just like so many people, see people, direct us to our seats. We sat down. We walked in maybe around like the 6th or 7th fight, and we like sat there for a little bit, got a couple drinks, and then like as the fights go, and you know how fights are. Usually as they go on, people start clearing out.
Yeah.
So like as they clear, I was like, yo, as this clears out, let's try to go a little further down. So like each time like it would clear out, we like go get a new row of seats. So we ended up pretty close. We ended up like pretty much like almost right next to the ring. We tried to get like ringside, but they had securities like sitting there like this. Like, I was walking by, and I made eye contact. I try to keep walking. His lady's like, "Hey, do you have any tickets?" I was like, "No, I don't have tickets." He said, "Go back." I'm like, oh, damn, he got caught. But what can you do? You know, you like, you could try.
Yeah.
But
they
it
should
was
like
a good night.
You're like, hey,
I mean,
I was the light heavyweight champ for like 2
I mean,
years
I'm
or
not gonna
something.
do that. Pull a card. You know who I am? I was the amateur light heavyweight champion.
champ.
Yeah, and so the way it was set up too. So like the walkouts. So if you ever been to anybody listening, if you ever been to, did they show them walking out on the live stream or no?
Yeah.
Okay. So you saw like they come out from like the side room, go walk through the middle, blah blah blah. Yeah. So like, if you ever been to the Melrose Ballroom in Queens, ever watched Warriorscup? The way it's set up. So like I fought in there a few times, so I can give you guys the lowdown on how it's done. You're on like the 3rd or 4th floor, and they have you in like this like waiting room, which is basically, you guys can call it a green room or like the training area, whatever you want to call it. And they split you off in 2 sides. When it's your turn to fight, they call your name and you wait to go walk out onto like the roof. So there's like a rooftop that you walk out on. Then like you walk through like from the roof, you walk down a flight of stairs, and it takes you to the back of like the building. And so you just wait in the back downstairs till they call your name. And like, so you're like behind a curtain that's in the back of the building, and they have like a main stage that's a platform above the crowd a little bit on the 1st floor. And so you kind of walk up this side stairs, you walk down the platform, this pyrotechnics, you do your little like dance or whatever, and then you go into the ring. At the MSG show, instead of having like a actual like platform to walk on, they kind of walked from like a side room through the middle of the hall, like through like a row of seats, and then down to the ring, and they kind of just walked in through that way. And like I think both sides got into the ring on the same side, and the corners would go to the opposite side from there. And that's kind of like how they did it differently. There was no pyrotechnics. It wasn't like flashy, but like the show itself or like the arena itself felt larger. And then like Darren was like, "Oh man, I feel like I would actually be nervous here." I'm like, "Yeah, because like it's all about like the atmosphere, you know. You gotta get used to it."
Yeah, definitely. Better production. I don't know. You were just talking about getting ready behind the stage. That was making me nervous. I was like, fuck.
Yeah, like when you fought at.
That was just
like
making
when you
me think
fought
about getting ready to fight.
Oh,
I was like,
yeah. It can be nerve wracking. It can be like, but I think it's like everything else. Like you work in sales, right?
Yeah.
I imagine the first time you try to make sales, it was nerve wracking. You know what I mean? At this point, you probably like don't give a fuck. You're like, "Hey, I'm mentioned for that." Like, shaking hands, shit like that. You know, kissing babies. Like I feel like it's like everything else. The more you do it, the easier it becomes. And so, but also I feel like that's the reason why it's so important to get that like beginner experience, because a lot of these like smaller intermediate shows have smaller crowds, and so like you're like not only is it about the experience of fighting, it's the experience of having people watch you fight. So like the less eyes you have on you, it still feels big. So when the crowds get bigger, it doesn't feel too overwhelming, you know. And I think it's like an important thing as well, because like again, you want to just perform, and you need to get rid of those nerves and shit like that.
yeah, I always think it's weird that we take our shirts off. I know it would be weird if we didn't take our shirts off, like from the audience perspective, but
It is
that
super
is the most
weird.
nervous. Makes me nervous. I'm like, I don't want people to see my chest.
Yeah.
I don't
Please
change
look
my
at my
shirt off a
nipples.
lot, so maybe I should do that a
Yeah.
little bit just to like, I don't know.
It depends. That's how I feel about that. I think it depends on like who you're training with. I've been talking to people recently about like gym etiquette and gym culture,
Some people
and
don't
like
like that.
a lot of people don't like that,
Yeah.
and a lot of people feel uncomfortable
Right.
with people with their shirts off. If you're with a crowd who like I think there's a time and place for it. Like, is it fight team training? Cool, take your shirt off. If it's like general beginner class and you have a mixture of like intermediate, advanced with beginners, keep your shirt on. Like, don't make Sally, mother of four, uncomfortable because you're 18 years old with your shirt off. You know what I mean?
Like, let's
Like,
clinch.
yeah. Don't get her caught up, man. And so
We're a clean shirt as well.
Please change your shirt. Don't wear tuck your shirt in. Don't be all sweaty. You know, it's just I think it's just that. I think it's important to like make that distinguish between like who you're training with and what training is happening, and like be aware of that. Because like again, you want to make the gym a very inviting, comfortable place for everybody. And if people aren't feeling comfortable, aren't feeling inviting, then they leave and they don't want to come back. And martial arts should feel that way.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah, read the room.
But yeah, read the room. Like, are you blasting somebody with punches and kicks? Probably shouldn't. Can they barely hold the guard up? Take it easy on them, you know? Simple stuff. There's so many, yeah, I'm getting off topic. We'll get back, but there's so many freaking like videos on Instagram of people like posting their like training highlight reels and it's just blasting beginners. Like, this dude can barely kick. He has 2 left feet. You're like, it's like, ha, 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 like piecing them up. I'm like,
Knocking
bro,
them
what
down.
is this? Yeah. But it makes me realize, so I feel like I'm talking way too much, but it makes me
What we're
realize
doing here.
that like a lot of like people who watch this stuff and like this content really don't know what they're looking at. It's just like it's the optics. As long as the optics looks okay, most people don't understand the difference between like somebody who's good or somebody who's bad. They just see like again whatever the optics show, and it just makes me think about like the approach a little more, like how to actually go about doing it. You know?
Yeah. I feel like a lot of
But yeah,
actually good training doesn't look cool.
it doesn't. It's boring.
It
as fuck.
sucks.
Yeah, it sucks. It's boring. It's repetitive. It's boring. Like, it's not just sparring. It's doing the same thing over and over and over again till like it looks decent, and then it looks bad again. They have to do it again. It's just shitty. It's just like repetitive boringness. But yeah, sorry. Back to the MSG show. Was there any fights that like stood out to you on the show? Like anything that like made you really like, oh wow, that was a great fight.
For sure, there was a bunch. I think my favorite fights of the night were it was like the first fight before the intermission, I'm pretty sure. The
Yeah,
CC McDonald versus Anna Toole. That was probably
that was a great fight.
that was like number one for me.
Can I say something about that fight?
Yeah.
Can I say something about that fight?
Yeah.
So I hate saying this. I'm sorry, but like a lot of white women are terrible at moving, and like you see that, like you saw that in that fight. Like CC danced around that woman so bad.
She really did.
Like that girl was so stiff, and it makes me so sad that more black women aren't doing Muay Thai because like how fluid CC was moving, and this girl looked like she had stilts for legs. And no offense, nothing, but like I noticed that like a lot of like just certain women can't move at all. But yeah, sorry, keep going.
No, it's good. I think CC really controlled everything from the outside. She has a really nice style, and it's not just like kicks from the outside. She has really great hands too, and looks like she's got pretty good range with her hands. Like she
has great boxing
arms, and
yeah,
I'm always impressed to see her fight. I think Anna Toole's a really good opponent. Like for her to kind of control the fight in that way the whole time, it seemed like.
Yeah, it was 5 rounds, right?
And she won a trip to Thailand, which is pretty fucking cool.
They both did. They both won.
They both did nice.
But yeah. So it was like an event where like they had their like, don't murder me for getting this wrong, but it was like some type of Thai based company. I don't remember the name of it right now.
Amazing Thailand.
But like it was thank you. Amazing Thailand, and they sponsored both of them to go to this event that's like geared towards women Muay Thai fighters. And it's actually like her name's Danielle. She actually is one of the coaches for it. She like trains at I met her like in 2018 at this gym. So like it's pretty cool. Like the whole like the growth of Muay Thai in general is pretty freaking cool. But yeah, she won a trip to Thailand, which is pretty dope.
Yeah, and Anna's no slouch either. Those girls at
She's not.
Charleston Muay Thai are fucking elite. Like there's so many,
and there's a lot of them. They're freaking strong.
Yeah, their women's team is like they crush it at Warriorscup all the time. Amy Peduto and her, and I think Molly Silbernagel trains there too.
Yeah, she's there as well.
You know,
she's there as well.
That's so
there's a lot of them there.
I think it was her first pro fight too for CC, right?
It may have been her first or a second pro fight. It could have been a debut.
Yeah,
but off the top of my head, I don't remember.
Yeah, good for her. She keeps winning.
Yeah, I mean, she fought TK, and like I was so sad because I thought like TK would be like it was my first time actually seeing like CC fight, and then like I was watching the fights with somebody, and then like the person I was watching the fights with was friends with CC, or was rooting for CC, and I was rooting for TK, and then like the fight started off good for TK, but then like you said, CC has really good hands, and they just gave TK trouble, and
Yeah.
like she beat TK. And I was just sad. That was like my first introduction to actually like watching CC fight. I've trained with her before, not personally like with her, but like in the same room as her. But yeah, she's really good.
Yeah, she beat Tracy Baldwin too. Bunch of really
She's beating so many people.
yeah.
And like
Yeah,
we
that
both fought in
was her
California.
pro debut.
Was it?
Yeah,
Okay.
good for
I think her last fight was with like we both fought on Legends promotion in California in February of last year. And I think that was like maybe her last amateur fight, if I'm correct. But I could also be wrong about that too. But yeah, I'm always happy to see I'm happy to see more black women or more melanin enriched women compete in Muay Thai. It's not enough. There's not enough. We need more. One fight that like really stood out to me too. Let me look at for
Sorry, I get a little cough.
yeah, no worries. I think it was the Yonel Batista fight versus Christian Dexter.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, that uppercut hook he hit him with
Yeah.
was freaking bananas.
Yeah.
Like the way he because he kept dipping. Freaking Christian, like every exchange, Christian would just dip his head down to kind of like avoid the shots. And you got the timing down perfectly. Him with like a right uppercut to the left hook, and he was already out on his feet when he got hit with the uppercut. You saw the way his head snapped back, and he was going down. That left hook just
Finished him.
added to it. Yeah, it finished him. It was such a good knockout. And I feel like stuff like that wakes people up. And that was like the moment. I mean, people were awake throughout the entire thing, but seeing that like drop and that knockout made people like, oh, let's go. You know?
Oh yeah.
I'm trying to think if there was any other fight that like really stood out to me.
There was a bunch. I mean, I liked seeing Rob Scopoletti versus David Slezak.
Yeah, that was a good fight
I
too.
knew that was going to be a good fight. Seemed like
he
I was gonna say
sorry.
David didn't seem like he could deal with Rob's power. That dude is just like
Yeah, I was gonna say
obviously
that
is
too.
like very fucking strong, and like once he starts coming,
He's like a plumber, right?
yeah,
Yeah,
he's got that
that's
blue
a blue collar worker
strength.
power.
He's just like those dudes definitely do have strength like that. When I learned
Yeah.
Jalen, who I fought at No Boundaries, is a mechanic when I was
Yeah.
because I was like, what do you do for work, man? Your hands are so big. What's up with that?
Yeah.
Not that your hands would get bigger from working, but like, I don't know. It just felt strong to me. But yeah, I mean, I saw Rob fight. We saw him fight Eric Mogras a couple of years back.
Yeah.
Like,
he stopped him.
It kind of makes sense now, seeing him, what he's doing to all these
adjusted.
other guys. The power is clearly there, right? That was a good one. Obviously, the main event for the Nikon Tomb belt.
Yeah.
Dimitri Veritz. That dude is I feel like better than ever.
He's really good. One thing I'll say about that too, it was a one-sided fight.
Yeah, for sure.
Like, the moment felt maybe a little too big for. Let me look up his opponent's name real quick, just to make sure I have it. For Kenny Carey, and then the moment just keep in mind the kid Kenny's only 20 years old.
Yeah,
he's only 20. You look, he was 6'2". He's tall as shit, and but the moment seemed to be like a little too big for him.
Yeah,
where like a lot of it was just kind of like him surviving, not really like fighting, and like it seemed like Dimitri's just did whatever he wanted in that fight.
Yeah, totally. He outclassed him, and really tough for him hanging in there the whole time. I don't think he even got dropped. But yeah, Dimitri's world class. I mean, he fought Buakaw, he fought Pacorn, and then back in the day, he used to be a little lighter, obviously, because he also beat Damian Traynor in 2006.
Yeah.
And knocked out Andy Housen in 2008, which I think is fucking crazy.
It's crazy. He's been fighting forever.
Yeah. So obviously he's not slowing down.
Yeah.
But those Mazda guys are good. I mean, they had brought a bunch of them over for, what was it, like 2 or 3 cards back for Warriorscup, and then US just beat the hell out of all of them. It was like, so, but they're clearly, elite as well.
Yeah. Oh, I have one question for you. So during the fights, they're playing like the wide crew music, and they have during the kickboxing matches, they have like a heartbeat playing. It was terrible.
Really?
On the live stream, did it have any like noise like that? It was so bad. Like I don't know why they would do that. It was just a heartbeat. It was sound of a heartbeat. It was so freaking bad.
That's weird. No, I didn't hear that.
Yeah, it was so weird.
You could barely hear the Thai music over the stream.
Yeah.
You could hear it, but the heartbeat, that's weird.
Yes, I guess maybe they're like, oh, we need a sound to kind of like complement the Muay Thai sound.
Right, can't be just.
But I think the heartbeat was just a terrible choice.
That's kind of weird.
Like it was it was so weird. It was just sound like boom boom, and like the heartbeat just had like weird. It was like a weird rhythm of a heartbeat, and like it was just like yeah, that kind of ruined the the kickboxing fights a little bit. Like
They also didn't
it
allow
just made it.
elbows, so that ruined the kickboxing
Yeah,
for
yeah,
me.
that too. But just like playing a heartbeat, I was like, wait, what is this?
That is a weird choice. I don't know.
It's a weird
I
choice.
think silence might
I
be
mean,
better.
the whole New York trip was just a was an experience.
Yeah, so I was
The whole
supposed to
shit.
come down and see it in person with you guys and train that
I mean,
day, but I wasn't able
I'm
to.
glad. Well, I
But
can't say I'm glad you didn't come. I'm glad that you didn't get to experience what we experienced. But I'm happy that you did come. Like I'm happy you got to come down eventually. But like let me tell you what happened during this trip. You want like here
yeah,
let's okay, let's get into this.
please.
So I will omit names. I won't say people's names. I'll say person 1, person 2, person 3, and myself. Okay. So us 4, we go to New York. So yeah, we took the Amtrak from Boston to New York City. That was smooth. It was a nice little ride. The problem is we got to New York. So right away we had to go from like New York to we trained at 2 bridges. I hate being late to places because like if you're a guest, I feel like you should be on time and like not disrupt the class. But we showed up hella late. We were like maybe like 15 minutes late, maybe I think.
Dang.
And then like I just yeah, it felt a little bad. And
Yeah,
like normally we were late because like I feel like if you're late, you have to move quick. Like okay, let me change real quick.
No warm
I feel
up.
like everybody took hella long.
Yeah.
No warm up. You don't need to warm up. You're late.
Yeah.
But like we had to go in the back, change our stuff. We're changing. I was like the first one out. I feel like everybody else took like another 10 minutes just to change. Like, bro, we're fucking late. Just grab your shit and just go. But yeah, so we trained there. It was fun. We had a good time. We hung out with Ian, our last guest, and he went to go eat, kind of like caught up about a bunch of stuff. We left like half our shit at the gym. So after we ate, we had to go back to the gym to get our shit. And then we went to our Airbnb. So our Airbnb was in Jersey City. So like we had to hop on the path from New York to Jersey. Well, anyways, you hop on the path. We like hit to Jersey. We're all fucking tired, and it takes about like maybe what big country? 45 minutes, an hour to get there. What do you think?
Yeah, probably about 45.
Yeah, so it takes about 45 minutes to get from we were at the World Trade Center like Memorial area to I think it was called Junction. It's like 3 stops on the train. Get off, call an Uber, so you don't have to like worry about taking the bus. Get to our Airbnb. First off, my phone died. My phone died on the way there, right? So I thought and this is completely my fault. I thought I was like ahead of the game. I saw like she sent a number. I was like, okay, this is the number for the lock. Let me screenshot this, send this to the group so we can get inside. What I didn't realize that there was 2 numbers and then 2 separate numbers for 2 different doors. So like we're fucking sitting there like idiots trying to open up this padlock with the wrong number. And this lady calls us on the freaking on her ring cam. She's like, "Hey guys," and she's just talking, like not even listening, just talking. And then like I'm trying to tell this lady, like, "Hey, my phone's dead. Like you can't call me." She's like, "I'm gonna call you." I'm like, "You can't call me. My phone died." And then she like hangs up, tries to call me, and I'm like, "Fucking lady." And so she calls back. She's like, "Guys, this is very simple. This is easy." It just pissed me off. It's like, lady, if you just
She was being a Karen.
she's being a fucking asshole, bro. She was being a fucking asshole for no reason. I'm like, if you just stop talking and take a second, listen to what I'm trying to say. My phone is dead. I can't look at the freaking passwords, right? Or the code, whatever. Okay, whatever. She tells us the code. We get inside. We like take out and keep in mind, all of us have to use the bathroom. We're off the shit, right? We've been in New York. We left at 6 a.m. By this time, it's like 6 p.m. when we get to the Airbnb. So it's like 12 hours, no bathroom, just straight travel, all right? Everybody has to take a shit. So we go inside, take all our stuff off, relax. Person number 1 goes, uses the bathroom, right? Uses the bathroom, and he's like, "Yo, is there a plunger anywhere?" And then we're like, "Why?" He's like, the toilet's clogged. Like, okay. Like, there's no plunger, but maybe we can go buy one, like, later. Okay, whatever. No plunger. Whatever happens, the, like, toilet ends up being, like, it flushes eventually, right? Cool. Toilet's fucked up, whatever. We leave to go to the show. Go to MSG, go watch Warriorscup, having a great time. We leave, go, and we come back. We come back, like, at maybe... 2 a.m. the country?
Yeah, we were walking around fucking Times Square for a while.
Yeah, we were walking on time, and then we were walking around Times Square. We saw there's a video of this fucking guy where this fat black guy who's like fat and muscular at the same time, wearing a fucking clown mask with his pants like almost to his dick, and he's like doing these lifts, blasting music. You're like, what the fuck is this guy doing? It turns out he's like a New York City creep, and he does it all the time, everywhere. But anyways, we get back to our Airbnb at 2 a.m. So get back to our Airbnb, and then like back again. Person number 2 goes and takes a shit. Oh, it was Big Country. Big Country.
It was Big Country.
Big Country went and took a shit in the bathroom. And I guess the toilet didn't flush, right? Big Country. What happened at that point?
Not really, no. It didn't really. It like half flushed. You know what I mean? Like some of it went down. Like a lot of the turds went down. Right?
Okay, so toilet half flushes. Okay, toilet half flushes, and then person number 3 goes and uses the bathroom, takes a shit himself, and he's like, "Yo, the toilet's not flushing at all." So all 3 of these motherfuckers clogged the toilet by taking like fucking monster shits, I guess, or whatever the fuck they did. And so this is where I went wrong. Okay, this is where it's my fault, my issue. Okay, I'm like, hey, what you can do is you can take a plastic bag and unclog a toilet, right? I'm like, my girlfriend does this all the time. You can take a plastic bag, fill it with water, and unclog the toilet. And then person 3 is like, oh yeah, really? So we go on YouTube, show him the video how to do it. And then like, I don't know if he's actually gonna do it. I just show him the video, thinking, oh, maybe he would do it. I leave, I go in the living room, Big Country's laying in the bed. Person number 1 is like in the kitchen with his head down, like tired. It's 2 a.m., you know, fucking tired. Tell her like why. Like, I'm not sure, it's maybe like 5-10 minutes later. We hear, yo, guys! And fucking, this dude, not only did he clog the toilet worse, but fucking he over flooded the toilet. And there was shit water. Fucking shit water all over the bathroom floor. And the bathroom is connected to the kitchen, right? So there's shit water all over the bathroom floor and shit water all over the kitchen floor. And keep in mind, the kitchen is connected to the outside door. So the water seeped under the door and got shit water all over the welcome mat. So our floor is covered in broken up shit from 3 different people, allegedly 3 different people, in 3 different rooms. And it's fucking 3 o'clock in the morning now. And so like, and it just smells. And we like, oh my fucking God. I was
It
What
looked
did
like
you
the
guys eat
Nile.
that night?
It was
Jesus
brown.
Christ, man.
but we had pizza. Like, we didn't eat, we had pizza. We had, and fucking this motherfucker ate like 8 hot dogs, had fucking nachos, 8 bears. Like, this motherfucker eating everything.
That
Like,
guy's
bro.
doing it.
Yeah. And like, of course, you gotta fucking blow up the toilet doing shit like that. But like, the amount of like, just like pebble shit water everywhere. I didn't even see what the bathroom looked like. We have a picture. Maybe we'll post the picture and have Blur's face or some
I
shit
gotta
like
go
that.
one. I gotta go.
But it was just like everywhere. So we spent like a good hour and a half to 2 hours cleaning up all of everything, all that shit. And like we had to like, we brought our own personal towels for training so we could take a shower afterwards. We had to use our towels to help clean up the water. She had paper towels and toilet paper. We used all of it. We used all of her cleaning supplies. She had Swiffer wipes, used all of her shit. And like we almost like we're contemplating using her towels too, but now we can't do that. That's kind of fucked up. But we went through so much fucking supplies, cleaning up the shit water and like taking the mat, washing it off, bro. Like, and keep in mind it's 4 a.m. now, right? And these dudes are like they're not screaming, but like you're talking way too loud for 4 o'clock in the morning. Like people are trying to fucking sleep, and they're just like talking shit to each other. Like freaking Big Country's talking shit to person number. If Big Country's person number 2. Big Country's talking shit to person number 3. Person number 3 is getting rage baited.
I was doing it on purpose. I'm gonna be honest.
Yeah, he's freaking out, and they all trying to blame each other. But it's like, bro, you got shit everywhere. Like it wasn't like it wasn't even it wasn't logs. It wasn't fucking logs. It was just crumpled up shit all over the floor, and it was just like, how the fuck do you do that? It was just, oh my God.
We should have just left the toilet alone.
Bro, we should have just left it alone.
Afterwards.
And so we finished at fucking like 4 o'clock in the morning, maybe 4:30, and then like he had to leave at 5 a.m. And so yeah, he had to leave at 5 a.m. He had to go back to fucking Boston. And so I'm like, so our game plan was like, okay, you have to leave at 5 a.m. I'll let Big Country and person number 1 sleep, and I'll go back with you to New York. I was like, wake me up at 5 o'clock so we can leave. I'm laying down. I wake up. I'm like, yo, what time is it? He's like, it's 5:25. I'm like, bro, what the fuck is your problem, bro? I didn't say that out loud in my head. Like, what? I'm like, dude, I told you what give a what's going on? But he took an Uber and ended up there.
Nice.
And then like, yeah, it worked out. It worked out fine.
Yeah.
It was just, it was a night. It was a night. It was a fucking one hell of a night. And even the next day, when we were trying to get back, it was just like a series of unfortunate events that just slowly worked itself out, you know?
Yeah, I came the next day to come down and train with you guys, and then we ended up getting pizza in New Haven afterwards, which was awesome. But when I picked you guys up in New Jersey, you all looked so sad. And I was like,
Bro,
looked like
we
somebody
were
died the day
tired.
before.
I mean, that's just the energy that comes from Jersey. Like that's all it was.
Yeah,
It's like
Yeah,
that
dude.
too.
yeah, it was just Jersey vibe.
I'm a Jersey hater. I'm gonna be honest.
I've never seen a city that was so small be so fucking dirty. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Like
there's just
like,
trash everywhere.
Just the runoff.
it's like the houses are the size of houses
Jersey.
in like Revere and Lynn, but it's just
Yeah.
trash everywhere. Like, how is your house small and there's not many people here, but it's just shit in every corner?
It was
Like, I
low
mean-
key dirtier than Manhattan, which
Yeah,
like it has no right to be. At least Manhattan has a right to be dirty. Like
yeah, it's to
Manhattan
give
is where
people-
everything goes on. New Jersey has no right to be dirty.
Like, I'm just kind of upset that we couldn't just stay in Manhattan. It would have been so much easier. The toilet would have flushed. We would have had a great time. Everybody could have used the toilet, but fucking we ended up in Jersey City. Terrible place. Don't go there. Terrible
Queens
place.
like that.
We went inside of this like convenience store. I felt like they thought we were gonna rob them the way they were looking at us. So it was like terrible place. Just fucking a shitty ass place, man.
The train
it's
next
like,
day was good though. When we went to Zombie, that's another.
Yeah.
We were also late for that, which I felt really bad.
Really to that,
But
it's okay. It happens. But like, I feel the worst because like I feel like I mean it's not like I'm friends with everybody there.
yeah,
But I feel like they know me and I'm bringing you guys there.
right,
So I'm like, oh, like you're bringing them late. I'm like, I'm sorry, guys.
right. It's like
Don't mean to.
still
Don't
been
mean to do
treating
that.
there.
It's not. Yeah, it's not really like the best excuse we have is like we're not from here. We're from Boston, so we don't know how we don't know how the trains work. We don't know how the time works. So we're sorry. And like, oh, you came from Boston? Yeah, we came all the way from Boston. You know, so like it kind of helps a little bit.
Yeah,
But like it would be nice just to be on time.
Yeah.
You know? I was hoping that like John was there because I haven't seen him in a while. Haven't seen like certain people at the gym for a while, like Chami and all them.
yeah.
But it was cool seeing like Blaze and like I was very shocked that the girl was like, "Oh, I remember your face." Like, "Oh shit, like
Nice.
me, little old me." It was a good time. It was a good time. I think I'm happy because Big Country has never left the state. Big Country has barely left his block. Like, do you ever watch Hey Arnold before?
Yo,
And you're like, "Stoop, kids afraid to leave the stoop." You know that shit. Like, that's Big Country.
no, I've been a couple places.
Like, "Stoop, kids afraid to leave the stoop." Stoop,
I went to
kids afraid
DC
to leave the
once.
stoop.
I went to Florida 20 years ago. The last time I was on a plane.
Damn.
Yeah, it was fun. Yeah, let's go into the ratings. If you had to rate the MSG show, what would you give the rating?
Damn.
5 boxing gloves. Like, keep in mind, you can always do like a point. I mean, you could like 3.7, 4 point. Like, you can do it. Let's just be like a solid number.
Yeah.
It could be a
You
fraction
know, I think
or decimal. Sorry.
it was really good. There was like probably like 5 fights that I was like really excited about. I'm not
Yeah.
saying the other fights I wasn't excited about. I just feel
Yeah,
like they've had cards in the past year, Warriorscup alone, where I was
Yeah.
more excited about the matchups and all that
Yeah.
stuff. But overall the production was very good, and there were a
Yeah.
lot of really good fights. Like the main event, the co-main event. Like I said, the fight with CC was really good. Probably give
Of course, the girl
her
Ashley Blanco was a decent fight.
Ashley Blanco. That was another one with
Yeah.
Susan Wallace. That was their third time
Yeah.
fighting. That was a sick fight. That was a close one. And yeah, I mean, I don't know. It was a split decision. Honestly, I didn't think it was close. If I was judging it,
Yeah.
if I'm watching it and I'm just kind of like casually watching it and I'm not judging it, I might
Yeah.
favor a style I like more. I don't know, but I would probably give it let's say a 4.2. I think it was really good.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm in the same boat. I was thinking 4.3.
Yes.
But like I'm thinking 4.3 because I was there live.
Yeah.
I got to experience like the live version of it. But like the one thing that really threw me off was the heartbeat. The heartbeat was kind of like it kind of ruined the experience a little bit.
Yeah.
But like the atmosphere, the people cheering, and there was a lot of people from like similar. I understand that like why they did it the way they did it because like it's expensive, especially MSG. So like you would want to make sure you guarantee the people who are on the show can sell tickets. You know, so I understand that. But yeah, 4.3. It was a really good show. I enjoyed it. I enjoyed the fights. Some were really good, and it was a good time to bring them with me as well.
Yeah.
And like have them experience like, look guys, look at like what this other promotion is like, and see that. So like I think overall experience of like bringing people going there, experiencing New York, and like seeing people I haven't seen. I haven't been in New York in like a year, so seeing people I haven't seen in a while and doing all that made it like higher. And I know 4.3, like, oh, how's that higher? But I'm a tough grader sometimes, so I think a 4.3 is like realistic in my.
Yeah. And I don't mean to say that I'm not like, I like kickboxing a lot. Next,
Yeah.
like, it's like Muay Thai and kickboxing. If I had to like put them in an order, obviously Muay Thai I'm more interested in. So like if it's all Muay Thai for me, that's going to be better than like there's some kickboxing. Not to say that I don't like kickboxing and I don't appreciate it, because I'm watching kickboxing too. And I would even do a kickboxing fight, I think. But yeah, I don't know. That's another thing too, factoring into it. I think I like to see Muay Thai.
I love seeing Muay Thai too. And like I used to love kickboxing as well. Like I used to like want to do like Glory.
Yeah.
I'm gonna be in Glory one day. But like as time goes on, I realized like my heart is more and more just in Muay Thai. I'm like a Muay Thai stan, you know? I don't want to do anything else. And yeah, I just love the sport. Love the game, you know? So before we end, I actually wrote down some questions. And I kind of want to ask both, but I think this one is more important because this is something we were talking about beforehand. And I think like could be like a good thought for people who are listening, and like maybe they can't answer as well. So, like we were just talking about the influencer fight specifically. What was his name? Gypsy Crusader? Is that his name?
Gypsy Crusader versus Super Hot Fire. You remember
talking-
Super Hot Fire from back in the day?
Yeah, the rapper. Yeah. So like we were talking about like them earlier before we started the podcast, and influencer fights. So I'm curious how you think influencer fights are going to shape the landscape of fighting as time goes on. And like, if you think it has a role in Muay Thai, or at least the growth of Muay Thai. Because there was actually a guy who was like talking about potentially doing a Muay Thai influencer card and like having influencers, I guess, fight each other. And I guess like the reason why I'm saying this is I feel like as time goes on, being an influencer is a cheat code to like fast track yourself in fighting. So like the typical path was like you start off amateur, you start off like training, go amateur, and eventually as you get better, you go pro. And then once you're pro, you start really trying to build a name for yourself. Well, now it seems like you don't really have to do that anymore. You build a name for yourself first, then you wake up one day, be like, oh, I want to fight. And then, you know, you're like starring, you're headlining on a huge show because you have a big following. And I'm curious, like, if you feel like that would shape or change or affect, I guess, either how fighters approach fighting or Muay Thai, how like influencers approach it, how even your average fan would approach it. What do you think?
Yeah, so I have a lot of thoughts on this. I think when people talk about the influencer boxing, all that stuff, people always say, oh, well, let's bring more eyes to the sport and, you know, blah, blah, blah. You know, boxing is boring. And I agree with them to a certain point because it is a business and you do want to be making money. So there's more opportunities and things like that. I worry that a lot of it is just like turning into sort of like a circus kind of freak show type events where it's like, oh, I want to see Jake Paul versus Mike Tyson. Like, what the fuck is that? That is not a good fight. Like, or like, honestly, even Usyk versus Rico Verhoeven. Like, nobody wants to fucking see that. I'm sorry. Like, I think Usyk's gonna box his fucking face off, but that's just, I mean, I like, why do people, for me, I want to see like high level fights. People are well matched. And if that's boring for you, then maybe you just don't understand what's going on. But also, like, it is a business and people need to enjoy what's going on. I don't know if Muay Thai really has a place in the traditional sense of like influencer fighting because I feel like it's really hard and like, not that boxing isn't, but like to even have a like your Muay Thai basic weapons down, like that's a lot of training. And I don't know, maybe there's some people that are like, I guess like who comes to mind, like Wiz Khalifa does a little bit of Muay Thai. It would be interesting to see him fight. But like, yeah, I mean, Muay Thai too, it also has like deep cultural roots, and I feel like that's really important that people respect that. And but also like being a fighter, on the other hand, it's not just about, if you're doing it as your career, it's not just about who's the best fighter. Unfortunately, that is the truth. It's how many eyes you can bring. And I do agree with you that it's sort of a cheat code in that way. So if there's people that can sort of bring more eyes to the sport, but are like actually good at Muay Thai, then I think that's good. But if it sort of goes in the direction of like, oh, it's a freak show of these mismatched guys, and like, I don't want to see that. And I especially don't want to see Muay Thai. Like, I think that's There's a lot of like offshoots and kind of like hybrid stuff going on with one championship, and I already feel like it's sort
Yeah.
of like, and I hate to just be like such a like, oh, I only like the traditional. It's not true. I like to watch one. I like to watch all sorts of different combat sports. But yeah, I just hope that if it does go in that direction, people do it with the respect that it deserves, and then that it'll help grow the sport in a meaningful way. Like more
Yeah.
people get into it. That's better overall.
Yeah. That makes sense. Like, I feel like, yeah, I don't know. Like, I kind of like T-This harder a lot. Because, like, something that, like, I hope we can do another episode on after this is the recent Mittens show. And, like, how something that, like, they're doing, I think, is, like, they're doing a good job of bridging the entertainment with the actual talent. And we are seeing mismatches. So, for example, like, one fight that garnered a lot of attention was Mason versus Wilson. And if you look down on paper, like if you actually knew what you were looking at, Mason beats Wilson 9 out of 10 times.
Yeah.
Just like the amount of fights that both of them have. But like if you actually read the comments and what people are saying, people are like, oh, Wilson's gonna destroy him. And it's just like, that's what like made me think about like the whole idea of like people not knowing what they're actually watching or seeing. And like, it's the entertainment factor behind it. And so like, it makes you think again, like people don't really care about the fight or the fighter. They care, unless you're like already top level, they care more about the feeling or the influence that they get from it. Cause like, it's always very interesting to me. Like, just an example, like I'm on Reddit a lot. You can find me on Reddit. I have some of the like top posts on Reddit, not bragging, in the Muay Thai Reddit. Like, someone recently posted about somebody who's like a Muay Thai influencer, and they're like, "Oh, the NBLs get ripped off by this guy," and it's like, and it's weird to me that like people are only gravitating to these people because they have big followings. When there's a lot of guys who are really legit in the sport who don't have same size followings, but it's like, what did you think was gonna happen if you going for somebody just based off of like who they have around them, like how many people follow them and shit like that? I guess I don't really know where I'm going with this, but I'm curious to see like if more people start transitioning from actually trying to be good fighters to just trying to be able to tell a good story. And like that seems to be a case where like again, I'm watching people like make counts about themselves being and just telling the good storytellers. They're good at like telling a story that kind of brings people in. And there's nothing wrong with that. But if you know where they're fighting and who they're fighting, you're not fighting anybody special.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like you're getting dropped by like I watched this video of this girl and she got dropped at like a local stadium in Chiang Mai. And it's like you're like bragging like you're fighting world champ, you're fighting a tuk-tuk driver
Yeah.
and you're getting dropped. You know what I mean?
People love
You fight a coconut
posting
cart
that
lady.
stuff where they're like, "Oh, I knocked
Yeah,
this dude out."
I don't mean to talk shit about that. Like, but it's just like, when does it become like reality versus a story that's just being told? And like, how far can like these stories actually get you? Because like, you're gonna get exposed eventually. You know what I mean, either for not being actually talented or like not being as talented as you present yourself to be. You know, so I don't know. I am curious to see like, but I think like, what I'm trying to say is like the people who like really are focused on being high level fighters will continue to be high level fighters, and there might be a bigger influx of people who realize like, oh, I can actually make a big following if I just kind of go into Muay Thai. Here's another example, right? There's a girl, she's a pretty prominent person in the Chiang Mai, and like I know her, I train at her gym, and she was posted on her Instagram story. She was walking through the airport, and then like there was a guy literally in the airport, shirtless, wearing a mongkong, Muay Thai shorts, and he had his luggage with him. And like, why are you dressed like that at the airport, bro? Like, and it's just like, what are you doing? Yeah, literally dressed. I think he's wearing hand wraps too, if I'm being honest with you, at the airport.
Just send it
And
back.
it's like,
Like, take
yeah,
away
like,
your
what are you
visa.
doing? Yeah, and so like, and that's the thing. Like, that's what to me, that's what influencer is. Somebody who like is just doing things for attention,
Yeah.
not versus like actually going into a sport to like represent or like experience it. So like, just kind of segueing that or using it as an example. Like, I feel like just like experience the difference between a tourist and a like visitor, right? This is like my own personal preference. I despise the word tourist, right? To me, a tourist is somebody who visits a place and expects to be catered to. You're going somewhere expecting them to speak English, to expecting them to like care to like, oh, why does this place not do this, this, and this? It's not like back home. That to me is what a tourist is. You go to a new place and you expect them to cater to your lifestyle. A visitor is somebody who goes to a place and learns about the culture there, learns about the lifestyle. And to me, that's the difference between an actual fighter and influencer. Influencer is somebody who expects like the environment to cater to them. Like a fighter is somebody like you're doing this and you're learning about the culture, you're learning about the experience, and you're involving yourself in what is the sport. And that to me is like the big difference between the two.
Yeah. Yeah. And I guess it kind of reminds me of a video that Ross Levine just posted on his Instagram. He's talking about, he said, does this piss off anybody else when like, other athletes are talking about how they could fight people and do this? Because it's like, they're really good at their sport. I feel like what he was trying to say is like, obviously, like fighters are the best at fighting, people that commit their life to it and like, have to sacrifice so much. And it's like, I don't know. I guess I worry that with a lot of this influencer boxing, people are just like, well, I can fight. And it's like, you fucking can't actually.
Yeah. But here's the thing. Like, here's the example is this, right? It's very like fist, faced. Anybody can do that.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And that's why they think it's easy. Anybody can take your fist and be, oh, okay, this is how I hit you, like that. And like, they think that's fighting. But there's so much like nuanced details to fighting that people just don't understand. And not only just fighting, but fighting well. And like, that's what separates people. It's like, yeah, of course anybody can be like, oh yeah, I take my fist, I take my leg, I hit you with it. We'll fight all the time. It's just like human nature to fight. But the difference between just like fighting and understanding fighting. And that's like where people are lost in the sauce, if that makes sense.
Yeah. And I feel like, yeah, it's for me, it's so disrespectful to the people that commit their life to it. And it's you obviously don't fucking understand what these people are sacrificing to do it. It's like, it's hard for me to watch where it's like some guy who just has like a good TikTok presence is like, yeah, I'm going to make a couple mil on this boxing fight. And meanwhile, poor guys are working a full-time job and then training 40 hours a week. And then they don't get shit and they're actually good at boxing.
Yeah.
And it's like, I don't know, that fucking pisses me off. I hate to sound kind of a Scrooge saying that, but it's just like, it's disrespectful to the people that actually commit their time to it. And those guys would beat the fuck out of you. Like, if you actually were in a fight with them.
Yeah.
Like,
I think what it shows too is just like, it shows like that it's gamified. It's possible to play to like, there's loopholes to it. There's a way to kind of navigate it without actually having to navigate it, if that makes sense. If you're smart about it.
Yeah.
And like the sad part is like a lot of people aren't smart about it. A lot of people aren't taught. I think the biggest thing about trying to become an influencer, I feel like a lot of people are lying about how they do it. So like what I mean by that is like people like me, oh yeah, just post a lot and something goes viral. But like no one talks about how much they spend on ads and stuff like that. Like obviously, like if they wouldn't be selling ads if they didn't work. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
If they didn't expose your content to more people. I feel like more people were honest about, yeah, I do this much and then I market, I sell ads, I do stuff. And like, why is everything you make going viral? How much you paying for ads? How much you paying for this or that? How much you paying for actual influence? So what are you really doing behind the scenes? And I feel like people are actually like honest about that. It helps people be more transparent about how they actually go about building their followings and stuff like that. Like how many followers you actually buying, Like I'm not gonna say who, but like I was on the phone call with some people and they're like, oh yeah, we can buy an account for 30K with 30K followers so our business looks more legit. You know what I mean? So it's like that stuff happens behind the scenes, but like you would never know that because it's not spoken about. Right. So I don't know. It was just a question. But yeah, it's getting late. I think that's it for today.
All right.
Unless there's anything else that we can talk about.
No, what
do you think? No, that's it.
Yeah, I think that's
That's
it.
All right. Well, thank you guys for tuning in. Please like, subscribe, follow. All of that helps us out a lot. If you know what helps us even more, tell a friend about us. Like tell a friend, tell somebody who enjoys Muay Thai that there's a new show on the block, and yeah, just check it out. We talk a lot about fights, talk a lot about new things happening. Hopefully, talk about Mitten because like 2 of my opponents fought on there. I want to talk shit and yeah.
You got some stuff.
Thank you guys.
That too.
Yes. That'll be next episode. All right. Thank you guys. Thank you for tuning in.
Thank you guys.
It's the Muay Thai Minute. Peace.